y'all. Welcome. It's good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by, and I hope you're doing well. Today, I was going to do a VR to Catamancy Tarot, and it is hashtag Tarot Skincare Routine. And I thought this was really neat when I saw it. And then when I looked at my skincare, I realized that I guess I'm just a pretty basic person and I don't do a lot. But I have the decks I put in there and what I do use to show you. I am a little older than some of the people in the videos I've seen, so that might have something to do with me doing it differently. But let's get started. So the first prompt is double cleanse. And I didn't even know that double cleansing was a thing. So I don't double cleanse. I don't remember it ever being a thing back when I was younger, but I just use I use a small batch natural soap with oatmeal in it to cleanse my face every day. And that's it. I don't know what a double cleanse is, but kind of in that vein, instead of two decks that help you cleanse your energy at the end of the day, I have one deck that does two things. And the deck I chose was the Crystal Sound Healing Oracle. The art is by Suze Bourne, and the deck and guidebook is by Jeralyn Glass. And so what this is, why it has two things, and I think it's perfect for cleansing, is the cards have basically a crystal. So these are the backs of them, and I'll get to the QR code there in just a second. So it has a crystal. It has some keywords on it, like this is emerald platinum, unconditional love, patience, and nourishment. So with this, you get the energy of the crystal, and then you also get this QR code. And when you go to it, it has a singing bowl, 44-second singing bowl sound healing that goes with the crystal. And the bowls, I believe, are made out of the crystals that she has put here. I'm not sure if all of them are, but I think they are. So that's why it cleanses you with the crystal and with the sound cleanse. And on mine, I know it's only 44 seconds, but on mine, I was able to get it to where it continued playing. Like it would just start over and continue. And it's absolutely beautiful. This is the book that comes with it. And this one, it talks about what the crystal is, the keywords, and then they have the alchemy message. What does this card mean for you? And an alchemy mantra. And then a little saying like affirmation that you can repeat. And it goes through that for every card, every crystal. So it's a good little book too if you don't want to get into the sound on one day and you just want to get the energy of the crystal. They're beautiful cards. There are 48 of them, and each one has a different sound that goes with it. So you could just pick a card randomly for what your spirit is wanting right now or needing, or you could go through the keywords and be like, oh no, that sounds like something that I need right now. And you can read up on it, and then you can listen to the crystal bowl, singing bowl. And it's beautiful. I love it. It's definitely a spirit cleansing and space cleansing idea. I don't know. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, I'm sure. So that covers my double cleanse, because this one deck to me cleanses the energy twice. So that was the Crystal Sound Healing Oracle. Let's see, what do we have next? We have exfoliator. So for me, I do exfoliate, and I use this Derma E Purifying Daily Detox Scrub. It has activated charcoal, algae, aloe vera, and apricot seed. And I use this once or twice a week. I don't use it every day, even though it can be used every day. And it is a gentle exfoliation and cleaning. And I really like it. It really goes in there well. This brand, I think everything I show on here, I get at a health food store, Derma E. We have natural grocers if you have that around where you are, or something along those lines. I don't know if they have them in like Target or not, because I get mine at natural grocers. But that's my exfoliation. And the deck is a deck that can be abrasive, but helps you peel things back to reveal new growth. And I just got this deck. And this is Sassy Dragons by Peggy Papez. And this is the not safe for work one, which means it has cuss words, which I love. They do make another version that doesn't have the cuss words. And I love this deck. Here are the backs. It's not a full tarot size. It's a really good size. It has this yellowish edging, and it is linen stock, and it's a dream to shuffle. It's just one of those decks that I could just shuffle over and over and over as a meditative practice. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. So this is what she did here. She has the dragons in the cards. This is the 10 of Pentacles. And I'm going to go ahead and say the words. If you don't like the cuss words, then block your ears. It says, fuck yeah, life is amazeballs. Take comfort in the abundance and security of your resources. And each card says something. They don't all have cuss words. This is the strength card. It says, nothing's a problem when your BFF can rip their face off. Anything is possible when you believe in yourself. So they all have little sayings like that. And this deck, it is so blunt, but in a, can I say blunt in a gentle way? I don't know. It just kind of hits you and you're like, oh, yeah, I get it. And it makes it really easy to read with. So this just came off of Kickstarter, and you can get this on Supportive Tarot on Etsy if you like it. But I love this deck. I just got it. I've read with it. I think the moon is the best one. I'm not going to read it out loud because I don't know how much YouTube like scans this. So if you can read that, moon is hilarious. I don't know if you can read it though. You should get the deck. It's an awesome deck. So this would be my exfoliation deck, because it's like ripping a Band-Aid off. And then it really hits home. So it's a great deck. That's the Sassy Dragons. What do we got next? We have toner. The toner that I use is just basic old school. I use witch hazel, flat out witch hazel. This one has rose water. You can get it kind of with lavender too if you like. I love rose water also. That comes up later. But this is what I use for toner. I think I just kind of try to go for the less additives, less ingredients route if I can. So that's what I use for my toner, the Dr. Teal's. And a refreshing deck that helps you feel balanced. And that one for me, I had to think about it. I was actually surprised. It is the This Might Hurt deck. And this deck is by Isabella Rotman. And I got this deck. It's sorry that everything is shaking. My cat is on the table, trying to wait for her, but she's not going to leave. So I apologize if that was really bad. She just knocked into everything. Anyway, so I got this deck a little while ago, and I wasn't sure I would like it. And I actually connect with it amazingly. And it does help me to feel balanced. It just kind of brings me back to center. It's even though it's titled This Might Hurt, it's not a rough deck to me. To me, it's more of a gentle read deck, but it's telling you the truth. So there's the backs, and the sides are the silver or the rainbow. I guess technically it's rainbow. It does come with a good little guidebook that I actually really like because it talks, the way it's written is very straightforward and modern. And it also has like a key phrase for each card, sorry. And I really like how it's worded, how it gets right to the point. And I said it with the wording of the deck, it is modern, it's inclusive, and it's just different enough that I really, really, really would. I don't know what YouTube's going to do. There you go. Sorry about that. Anyway, I love this deck. And to me, this is a refreshing deck that helps me feel balanced. It's refreshing also in the way because it's a little different than my other decks, the artwork is. So it takes me to a different place and I really get a lot from it. Now, when I got this with in the set and it came with a This Might Help Oracle. And I have tried to read with that and I personally it didn't click. I tried to read with them together. I tried to pull a card and it just didn't click. So, but this, the tarot deck is amazing. So there you go. This is the This Might Hurt Tarot for my toner. A refreshing, balancing deck. What do we have next? So Essence, the closest thing now, I wasn't sure exactly what Essence was going to be or what if my idea of Essence was what they meant for the skincare, because like you've noticed I'm a little behind the times, but I use rose water with my moisturizer every day. Sometimes I will just spray it on my skin. I actually spray it in my hair after I wash it too. And I love it. I think it freshens it up. It just, how do you explain that? Just, it's really refreshing and I feel like it lightens it up a little bit. So that's what I chose for under Essence was rose water. Love rose water. In fact, my bottle's so beat up because I just buy the refills and put it in the same bottle to save money. And I get this at the natural grocers, the health food store also. But the deck I chose was a deck that injects a potent dose of nature into your practice. And I chose the Oracle deck from Krista Chronicles here on YouTube. And you can get it on Make Playing Cards under Crochet Witch. And I can't remember what she called this deck. I'm so sorry. But it's under Make Playing Cards, Crochet Witch, and it's Krista Chronicles. These are the backs. It's a linen. It's a little slippery linen, but it's nice. It shuffles really well too. And this is my dose of nature. I love this. I love the style because I love vintage, and it definitely has that vintage feel. She gives a keyword with it, and I think the keywords work really well. And when I'm pulling these for reading, like picking a card or an extra card in a spread, it has given great messages. And it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely lovely. And she does expansion packs. And I know I bought the main original deck, and then I bought one general expansion pack. And I know she's got like a holiday one. I think there's 2 others that I do not have. Someday I will get them because I think this is beautiful. So this is my dose of nature. And here's hawk assertion. I have been seeing so many hawks lately. They're beautiful and amazing. I don't know. I just thought I'd mention that because that's really cool. All right. So that was my dose of nature from Krista. The next one is a serum or targeted care. So on this one, I don't really use targeted care. I don't get blemishes. I've given up on age spots. Just don't use anything. But what I do get sometimes is I get eczema. And I made this, it's lovely, isn't it? But I made this, and it's an eczema cream. And it has in it, I know it's got beeswax, avocado oil, coconut oil, vitamin E, lavender, frankincense, geranium, tea tree oil, and thyme oil. And it really helps with my eczema. It helps it to not itch and to go away quicker. So I know it's not pretty to look at, but this is amazing. I will tell you, if you decide to make something like this, I think it's either the frankincense or the geranium. I think it's the geranium that dogs absolutely love. And this is in a glass jar, and I keep it out of reach because my dog, it was in a plastic jar before, and my dog chewed through it because they love the scent of it for some reason. It did not hurt them, but you know, it's a lot to make, and my dogs don't have eczema. So there's that. And then the deck I chose, it is a deck that helps you explore a targeted issue in your life. And what I came up with was a clarifying deck that I use a lot when I'm doing spreads. And it's the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Collette Baron-Reid and Jena DellaGrottaglia. And this is one of my favorite clarifying decks for basically any read that I do. Let's see here. Comes with a good book. I love Colette's books. I think they always have really good messages. Now, I don't own everything of hers, but the ones I do, the messages in the books are worth reading. It is her decks. I will definitely almost always, unless it's just slap you in the face, I got it, go to her decks because I get more out of it. She has great decks. Here are the backs, and it is the matte cardstock, the basic matte from Hay House. Is it Hay House? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. Okay, whoever publishes it, sorry about that. I think it's Hay House. And they have, I think they're beautiful pictures, colorful, with a key phrase or a key word on it. And this deck, I don't know what it is about it, really helps clarify spreads. It just kind of gets right to the point. There's Pinocchio. Ooh, that's pretty. Exposed and revealed. I absolutely love this. I just think it's gorgeous. I love most of her decks, except newer decks, maybe not the super old ones. That's my personal preference, though. Nobody cares. Anyway, a higher view with the owl, riding an owl. Birds of a feather. I love this deck. Anyway, so this is what I use mainly for clarifying spreads. This is my main one. I use other ones too. This is my main one. So that's the one I chose. And I did want to say that this book is also, or the cards are, I should say, divided up into the seven energies. So it has, it tells you the themes of them. So the energy 1, 2, and what they stand for. So you can work with them that way too. So you have earth, water, fire, love, sound, light, and thought. And they're divided up in the book that way too, if you want to go deeper into that. So yeah, that was my clarifying deck that I chose for like a spot treatment, a specific need. Next is masks. So when I do a mask, I usually do either charcoal or clay. And this is the one I happen to have. I happen to have here at this time an Indian healing clay. It's calcium bentonite clay. And I think I got this actually at a metaphysical fair. So, but I'm not picky about the masks or the brand or anything. I do want that they're not tested on animals. I really try my stuff to not be tested on animals wherever possible. So that's what I use. When it said for this, a meditative deck that helps you relax. I don't know about masks being relaxing. I guess you can't do anything, but they're kind of uncomfortable too when they start to dry. So I didn't get that. But the deck I chose was the Osho Zen Tarot by, wasn't actually done by Osho. It was done by Ma Deva Padma. And this deck, if you've not seen it before, it doesn't have the standard suits or anything. It's got different suits. Here are the backs. And different words for the cards. So different titles for the cards. They're colorful, they're gorgeous. And I picked this one because when you go along with the picture, in addition to what has written in the book, which I'll show you in a minute, you can really go deep and kind of meditate on each card. And it takes you someplace pretty quick. It's not one that I really struggle with to get a bigger message out of. It pops out with messages right away. It is based on Zen Buddhism, or Osho's version of Zen Buddhism. Should say, if you know who Osho is or have any preconceived ideas, this deck is amazing, and I don't have an issue with it at all. I get some of the best readings for life path and things, you know, it's not for everyday readings for sure. And I think it's gorgeous. I love this artwork. I bought the mini when it came out so I can take it with me easier. And this is Osho, by the way, in case he's the master. That's actually a picture of him. And this is gorgeous. I think I was gonna say what I thought it was, and now I'm not sure, but it's a beautiful flower. I was thinking participation Four of Wands, maybe. So, and it comes with the book, and in the book, for each card, he has a little commentary, and then that kind of talks about the card, and then it goes into a deeper kind of a story to help you get it in deeper. And I was thinking I was going to look for that four. So the suits are, here it is. Four of Fire. So it was Wands. That beautiful flower was Four of Wands. And it says, in each figure in this mandala holds the right hand up as an attitude of receiving and the left hand down in an attitude of giving. The whole circle creates a tremendous energy field that takes on the shape of the double dorje, the Tibetan symbol for the thunderbolt. And it continues on talking about that. And then he goes into maybe not a story, more like a conversation in the second half of each card. So it says, have you ever seen night going? Very few people become aware of things which are happening every day. Have you ever seen the evening coming? The midnight and its song, the sunrise and its beauty? We are behaving almost like blind people. In such a beautiful world, we are living in small ponds of our own misery. It is familiar, so even if somebody wants to pull you out, you struggle. You don't want to be pulled out of your misery, of your suffering. Otherwise, there's so much joy all around. You have just to be aware of it and to become a participant, not a spectator. Philosophy is speculation. Zen is participation. Participate in the night leaving. Participate in the evening coming. Participate in the stars and participate in the clouds. Make participation your lifestyle, and the whole existence becomes such a joy, such an ecstasy. You could not have dreamed of a better universe. So that each card has something like that. And that was, again, the Four of Wands. It was fire. Love this deck. Definitely meditative. And they have water is cups, clouds are swords, rainbows are pentacles, and fire is wands. So that was the Osho Zen Tarot. Love this deck. It holds a very special place in my heart because of the connection and the readings I've gotten from it. Next is eye cream. So I don't use eye cream. I use my moisturizer on my eyes. I'm one of those people. I don't know. But a deck that helps you feel youthful for me is my Everyday Witch Tarot. This was like, I think, the third deck I bought years ago. There are the backs. It is by Deborah Blake and Elisabeth Alba. And it's a little bit cartoony, but I love it. Like, this is my absolute all-time favorite temperance, where she's got the sweets, alcohol, her computer, book, eating healthy, trying to balance. One eye open. That's my favorite temperance of all time. It also has my favorite tower of all time in this deck. But this deck, because of the artwork, the way it's done, it does make me feel young again. It gives me that youthful vibe. But it also gives some great readings. It shuffles really well. It's just a, regular smooth deck, not matte, but just not super glossy either. It's been around for quite a while, so I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but this is my youthful deck. I was going to look for the tower. Let's see here. Of course, it's not going to be easy, is it? Come on. Where are we? Aha. My favorite tower of all time, because she brought that tower down herself. Love it. So that's the Everyday Witch for my youthful eye cream that I don't use. The next one was the moisturizer. And this is the moisturizer I use. It's also Derma E, just the anti-wrinkle regular. And this is what I use on my eyes too, and my neck and throat. But I do spray on the rose water first, spritz that on, and then put this over it. I love this cream. I think it's gentle. It works really well. It feels good on. It's one of my favorites I've ever used. So that's my moisturizer. And then a nourishing deck that hugs it all in. And for me, so the next two decks are both animal decks. And for this one, for the nourishing, I picked the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian C. Wilde. Animals to me are nourishing and protective. So I also chose an animal deck for a protective deck. I just feel such a kinship to animals that they really support me in that way. This is a little book that comes with it. And in it, she does have a message, and then personality traits, light and shadow, for each card. The Major Arcana has a crystal recommendation, astrological sign, and turtle familiar whispers. This was the Hermit, which was a turtle. So whatever is in it, they give you familiar whispers. And then the Naked Heart message and the heart disconnect, which is reversed. And I love that it's a heart disconnect, meaning not a reversal, but it's something that you're disconnected from and should pay attention to. I don't read reversals I don't reverse my decks, but some cards just come up and you know that it was meant for a reversal or for a disconnect. I just love that phrase. Here are the backs. And this is the third one of these I got. This is the third edition. And I have not shuffled this one up yet. My other ones, the books have fallen apart. She's changed the book a little bit, and which I don't mind. I like the old guidebook too, is really good. I love this. It's a matte. It has the astrology sign, and it'll have elemental on them. Oh, look at that hanged man. That's cool. I like how it's just got like the touches of color in just the right places. And that is a beautiful turtle. 6 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords. Look at that. It's got the barbed wire around the rose. Yeah, I love this deck. This deck does just hug it in for me. It really does nourish me. And just kind of feels like home a little bit when I get into the animals and stuff, of that connection. So that was the Naked Heart Tarot, sorry. For my moisturizer. And the last one is Protective, which is like sunscreen. And I use regular SPF 50 whatever sunscreen. And I like to have sunscreen in my makeup too, but I don't wear makeup every day. So just plain old sunscreen. I'm not that special. But it says a deck that helps deflect away bad energy. And I chose another animal deck. I chose the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. It's a box in a box thing, so I took it out of the big box. It's by Kranz, in case you didn't know. And the book has a picture, gives it the keywords, talks about the animal, and then she puts when in balance keywords, when out of balance keywords, and then how to bring it into balance, and a little suggestion in here. And again, just with me with animals, this deck particularly feels protective. Here are the backs. And this deck, I like, it sits by me on the couch, next to my couch. And I like to just pull a card and see if there's a message for me, if there's an animal who wants to connect, if just something I need to know. Sometimes it'll be an animal that I saw today and something else will come up again. And then you're like, oh, okay, I should probably look into that a little bit more. And if you know Kim Kranz art, she does the black ink with touches of color. Ooh, look at that panther. When I was in high school, we were the Panthers. So go Panthers. I'm not going to say how long ago that was, though. Probably guess it's been a while if I have no skincare routine. Anyway. So yeah, that is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. All right. So it has been fun watching people, what decks they choose, what their skincare routine is, how some of us are really lacking in the skincare routine compared to others, but you know, it is what it is. And I had a lot of fun with this. So I will let you guys go. Hope to see you soon. And please, if you haven't, subscribe it to me and like the video. I'd like to get to 100 subscribers. And I will see you soon. Bye.